much too quiet in here. We need to set the mood. Let's see what's in Christopher Hildt's playlist. Never Stop Us. That'll work, because G.I. Joe is never gonna stop us. Maybe that's a little too loud. That's about right. But something's still wrong. We are in darkness. Everything seems okay. But, of course. There you are. Greetings, YouTube. I am Zartan. We have a little situation. And Christopher Hildt and I have made a small wager. Apparently he's been posting his opinions on G.I. Joe characters. And I have to say that my video that he did on me last week was, well, as he put it, well received. But he was quite surprised that the Flint video did not do as good as my video. But of course we all know I am far more interesting than that boring Flint. Now, let us have a chat, you and I, shall we? Christopher Hildt is going to appeal to your sense of loyalty in this video. And I have to tell you, the hell with that. No loyalty, except to Cobra. He is going to ask you to have a little competition of sorts between G.I. Joe and Cobra. Who shall win? Well, I say Cobra. I want you to give all your likes to Cobra and not G.I. Joe. To hell with G.I. Joe. Wait a minute. I think I heard something. Somebody's coming. I guess the jig is up. Here. You remember. All your likes for Cobra and none for G.I. Joe.
What the hell is this? Zartan? What are you doing? Are you up to no good?
Me? No good? Of course not. Never.
Yeah, right. This video's not supposed to be about you. You had your day in the sun.
Sunlight. I hate sunlight.
Yeah, I know. It's because it robs you of your camouflage ability.
Not so much anymore. I've made some upgrades.
Yeah, whatever. Well, this video's supposed to be about Scarlett, not you.
Scarlett, for all you know, I could be Scarlett.
Well, that would be a pretty impressive trick, even for you.
Oh, but one I could easily pull off without a hitch.
Quiet, you, or you're gonna have to go back in the box.
Very well. Fading away.
Whatever that guy. Who does he think he is? Coming down here, taking over my story. No good, low account. What you got going on here? Is this gonna never stop us? Well, at least he has good taste in music. I better clean this up so I can start making my Scarlett video. He made a big mess here. What's all this stuff in the way? Oh my goodness, I gotta move all this stuff around? Wait a minute. Was he recording? Oh man. Lousy Cobra, always thinking it's about him. Of course he'd think it was about him. But that's not what this video's about. I gotta get back to making my Scarlett video. I better turn this off. Now, with that out of my system.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
Hello YouTube, Christopher Hildt back here with you with another Joe Takes. This is going to be Joe Takes number 3, the first Joe Takes, of course, was the Flint video, and the second was the Zartan video. Hope you enjoyed those, and want to give a small thanks to, well, big thanks to all those who check those videos out, and to all my subscribers. Thanks for tuning in. But today we're going to talk about Scarlett, and we'll start right away with the vintage figure. This, of course, is the 83 example with the swivel arm battle grip instead of the straight arm, but just it's like that. But of course, that crossbow is from a battle pack and not the original. But I don't even remember how I acquired this figure when I was a kid. Did a lot of trading and stuff. But that's a pretty good figure. Later on when they did the 25th anniversary, I got the 5-pack with Scarlett and the others in that, but I only ever got one, so I didn't have a carded example. But later on, I did get the carded example of Scarlett as a pilot, and if I can get the glare off that actually, I always thought she kind of looked like Annette O'Toole in that picture. I don't know why, but I thought they did a really good job on the artwork, and definitely this figure is really cool. A lot better than what they gave everybody with the new Haslav Sky Striker. I mean, they were going O-ring, but they could have done a better job than that. They basically just stuck her head on an Ace figure. Then they had those exclusive retro figures, and I managed to get a second Scarlett in the, if I can do this right, the second Scarlett in the retro line, and I thought they did a really outstanding job on that one. I don't know why they canceled the retro line. I don't see why they couldn't do O-rings and modern figures at the same time. They're going to have fans buying G.I. Joes no matter what they do with them. Then that takes us to the classified. Now, I'm going to get to her regular release at the last bit there, but of the action figures. But I did want to check out the movie Scarlett, which it was actually pretty good. The head sculpt wasn't bad. Body, it doesn't really matter. And the box art was really decent. I mean, I actually kind of really like this portrait of her. And then, of course, she's number 20. But I thought, I don't know why everybody kind of hated on it, but the first release of Scarlett, if I can remember how to do this properly, she that portrait, it's not so bad, not so good. But the side art I thought it was really good. And actually, they didn't do a bad job on this figure. And of course, she was number 5 in the series, in the first wave actually of the classified series. But I mean, she looks fairly close to her original vintage figure. I mean, it's not perfect, but what are you gonna do? It's Hasbro. They don't do a lot of things perfect nowadays, but they did okay. The crossbow was interesting. Sometimes it's a pain in the butt to get this crossbow set up to where it doesn't pop off all the time. And then I don't know what happened to the knife that she had, the little knife. It wasn't in the box when I opened it up today. I don't know what the heck happened to that. But yeah, this is a pretty good example of a Scarlett figure. Now, naturally, they're probably going to come out with a more vintage-based, version of in the classified series. But with all that, taken care of, in the cartoon, Scarlett had a lot of prominent episodes. I especially like the one where she was in Cobra Stops the World, and she took on a whole house full of Cobra troopers, and it culminated in her taking on a Cobra officer, and that was really fun. But my favorite scene in the cartoon was in the Menace of the Mass Device, where Snake Eyes sacrificed himself to save her, Snow Job, and Flash. And she had that little touching scene there that makes more sense once you look at the comic books. I mean, she was in all the way back in issue 1. And, you know, they didn't really say that even then that Snake Eyes and Scarlett were a couple in the comics, but this is her video, so we're not going to talk too much about the big guy, but the big silent masked man. Where I see her in the structure of the G.I. Joe leadership, originally she was just a sergeant, but even in G.I. Joe number 1, she led that mission in the bonus storyline in the back of issue 1, Hot Potato, which that was kind of cool. She was always meant to be a G.I. Joe leader, and naturally Larry Hama, she was his favorite character to write. So I like Scarlett. She's a pretty cool character, and I'm looking forward to see what they can do with her in the Classified series. Now, as to where she falls in line in the ranks in the cartoon and the comic book, well, in the cartoon she kind of took over quite a bit. Where she was in the command structure. To start out, it was like Duke, Stalker, and then her, and then maybe Gung Ho somewhere in there. But in the Snake Eyes Origins movie, they made her a major. I don't know what she was in the other 2 movies. The figures said she was a sergeant, but that just never seemed to fit Scarlett. I mean, she is the G.I. Joe counterintelligence agent, but in the Snake Eyes Origin movie, like I said, they made her a major. But I think that went a little too far. I think the rank that suits her the best was the one she had in G.I. Joe Renegades, the animated series, where they made her a lieutenant. So I think that's kind of where she falls in there, and that's my take on Scarlett. She's a cool character, and I hope they do some more with her. Well, I need to talk a little something about the way my videos are going. I had no real idea what I was going to do when I made the Flint video. Heck, I didn't even know I was going to call them G.I. Joe takes, and until at the end of the Flint video when I said that's my take on Flint. But so I started calling them Joe takes, and I kind of like that, so we'll run with that. I think what we're going to do with these videos is I'm going to do one each week. I'm going to do a G.I. Joe one week and a Cobra the next, at least while I'm doing them. You know, I'm going to take breaks here and there, and we'll see. If you like that bit I did at the beginning, please let me know in the comments, and we'll see who gets more likes, G.I. Joe or Cobra. I think Zartan maybe was a little jealous about how many likes Flint got compared to how many likes he got. Yeah, he got more attention and more people saw his video, but Flint definitely got more likes. So he definitely, I think Zartan was jealous there. So we'll see how that turns out. Thanks for watching. Logan out. Here's a little sneak peek of what's coming up next time on Joe Takes.
Unsubstantiated fantasy! Lies! Lies! Lies!
Maybe you can figure that one out.